This would be Fish Fork. This goes up to Fish Falls, Lower Fish Falls, and Upper Fish Falls. That's where they found the body of Michelle Yu this past winter. He fell off the northwest corner of the summit of Baldy, slid all the way down to Upper Fish Falls. I was going to go up and explore this, but it's getting extremely hot. I don't want to spend another night out of here, and this is only the halfway point. I can get out from the bridge nowhere. I can get out of there in 3 hours, and that's what I'm hoping to do. So I'll turn the camera off from time to time and show you where I am. But this is the Fish Fork, East Fork, San Diego River. I'll be entering the Narrows pretty soon. One side's 4,000 feet high, the other side's about 5,200, I believe. I have the actual information in my pocket. I'll pull it out and read it at that time. Before I leave, right down here, there are 2 trout. Look to be about 8 inches. But I'm not really hungry right now, and I don't want to, it wouldn't take too much time. You toss the fly in the white water and let the fly come down. Not an actual house fly, but something like a gold rib hare's ear, a nymph. Drop it in about a size 16 or zug bug. Let it float down. 9 times out of 10, they'll hit it. You just keep repeating that. Eventually, you will get those trout. But I'd have to build a fire and cook them and clean them, and the amount of food, it's not worth losing the time. I want to get out of here. There's a great little pool right there. It's very inviting for a swim. But I turned on my phone. It was 11:30, about a mile back. 10:30, about a mile back. I'm making good time, and I want to keep it that way. You never know what lies ahead. I want to try to get out of here before dark. It gets dark about 8 o'clock this time of year, where I'm located. And that gives me a good 10 hours. I think I can make it no problem at all. If I make it in time, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go thank Molly, and I'm going to make a promise to her never to go alone again. I've had a few falls. Fell into the river once. I was lucky, I was grabbed onto a branch, and one time slid down some of that slate, jacked up my right elbow. I've passed many miners' camps. I even passed a makeshift bed and a steel pot where I could have boiled some water. But seeing I have about probably 8 hours left, I've got 6 tablets left. I used another tablet. I think I can ration my water and get out of here no problem at all. I just soaked my head to cool off. I was overheating. But the pool like to hang out, the trout like to hang out in pools like that, off to the side where there's little current, where they're waiting for the bugs to float down and around. And they snatch them. That's why you drop your fly or your bait here, and it drops, as soon as it floats around, they'll come out and snatch it. They're predatory fish. Not the stalkers, but the naturals, like up here. It's all rainbows up here. Rainbows are the few brooks. When around rivers, I always carry my stuff in the sea to summit dry sack. Lucky thing I did, because right back there, the other side of that boulder, I went in full submersion. I mean, I'm soaked. I went down, lost my hiking staff down here somewhere. I'm hoping to recover it. I picked that up at Baden Powell. In the meantime, I got this temporary. I've come across all kinds of campfires like this, illegal campfires like this, where the miners camp. Right back there on that wall, they got 2 chairs set up, a bed, frying pan, and a killer stove made out of these flat stones like this, all built up around with a grill. Looks like a professional barbecue. All you need is the mortar. I pulled the camera out though because I'm coming up on my first encounter since those guys at Mine Gulch. So he'll have news where I am. See, that guy back there was a miner. Two of them. They didn't want to go and film. People mining all over up here. Just past the hammock back there to the tent. It always looks like there's nobody around, but they're around. And a lot of them carry guns, so just leave it alone. It's not yours, don't touch it. But like these bottles, they've been abandoned here. I picked one of these up and I'm using it for water now. Filled it up and dropped the tablet. There's something else underneath there. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's not mine. Just leave it there. There's another camp back there with a tarp. I've passed at least a dozen. People back here mining ever since the 1800s, and they're still getting gold out of here on a daily basis. He showed me some of the gold he got. It wasn't much, but he only been back here 2 days. He said that trail up there is non-existent anymore. It's all slid, fell in. He said, but that's a piece of it right up there. Anyway, he said I'm about a mile north of the bridge to nowhere. When I hit that, I can get out of here in 3 hours. So we'll not be spending another night back here. Look at that awesome trout pool right there. And there's some big ones in there. I'm already dry. It's so hot, I'm already dry. It's only been about 30 minutes since I fell in. I'm dry except for my shirt. I have a long sleeve shirt on. Look at this. Looks like some mountain chute just passed through here. Headed this way, headed south, the way I'm going. As a matter of fact, the guy up there, that miner, Kevin, said 3 passed by above right where he was. So if I'm quiet, I might see him. Only thing is, going back and forth to this river, I've got my camera in dry stack, so it takes a while to get it out. So you may or may not catch him. Another one bleeding into it. Altogether, it really adds up. Down below, the river gets pretty strong. I don't know if this even has a name. Some of these are just seasonal, but it looks like this one goes year-round. Wherever you see something like this, watch out for that. Poison Oak Alley. It's everywhere. You'll see it wherever you see these ferns growing. See, ferns, there's sure to be some poison oak. I don't know why. Just is. At least up here in Azusa. I came back here about 2 years ago, like I say, with my nephew Robert. And we came from the south side, a little past the bridge to nowhere, and somebody had dug this out. This whole hill right here is hollow. They blew through here in 1937, 36, 37, and there was a road going to come through here and go all the way back to the 2 highway. This is as far as they got. The bridge to nowhere is directly on the other side of this. Somebody actually dug that out and went down inside. I couldn't believe they did it. It was a tunnel about 2 foot diameter and went down about 50 feet and made a turn. And you could see where somebody had went down there. There were like glow sticks down there. But anyway, around this corner here, ooh, there's the 5-mile marker right there. Around this corner here, I'll hit the bridge to nowhere in about a half mile. And then 4.5 miles out of here, there's some more miners down there. See if I can find them. There they are. We got a little dredging machine going. But I'm back on a trail now. It's a lot easier going. The trail wraps around Bridge to Nowhere. Bridge to Nowhere is one of man's follies. They built that in like I say, 36, 37, 1938, a flash flood came through here, wiping out everything. There were 3 hotels way downriver. There were a couple bars, place to buy and sell gold, a couple restaurants. They wiped out everything. But this is as far as they got right here. And that mountain is hollow. I'll show you from the other side. Okay, I'm just around the corner from where I was. Now, say you don't know this area and you come around this corner and you see that. You say, what the? It's the famous bridge to nowhere. You'll see where they blasted through that mountain there. Cars actually drove back here that far, this far, back in the day. Now it's privately owned and they run a bungee jumping thing out of it. Most of the gear is stored in that locker there. Okay, the top of the Narrows. Narrows down to this river here. It's pretty strong. Here's the famous bridge to nowhere. A lot of you have never been here. A lot of you will never be here. Maybe you live in other countries and so forth. This is where they blew through. I have pictures of it from a history book where the tunnel's there. It goes straight through to the other side. Before they could finish, go any further, they got wiped out. I mean, the entire road. I mean, there's this section here, and there's just patches of it here and there along the way. There's nothing else. There was a second attempt made, and that's the Shoemaker Road. That's the road to nowhere. That goes, they were 20 years, I believe, on that using prison labor, and never finished it. Okay, that right there is known as Swan Rock. That being the head, the neck, and the body. Which means right around the corner is Sheep Mountain Bridge. It's recently been rebuilt, and that's where the Allison Gorge River flows down into the East Fork. If you follow it up, you can get the Backway Allison mine. I learned that from Ranger after trying 4 attempts myself the other way. Anyway, I'm totally exhausted, and my stomach's hurting. I need to put something in it. I'm feeling really lightheaded. I'm barely moving now, but I'm gonna make it. Here's the Sheep Mountain Wilderness National Forest. That's the bridge I told you they recently rebuilt. I'm not sure if this is a mile or the 2 mile. Doesn't really matter anymore. I'm beat. Oh, there's the way into Alice's mine. There's no way I got the energy. Another time, McLeod. These here were actually supports for the road. The road started down on that side, crossed over here, and stayed on this side all the way back to the bridge to nowhere. All got washed away in 38. Up here there's a campground, and then it's a, I believe, quarter mile or half mile walk to the parking lot, but all road. So I made it. Gatorade, here I come. These are the campgrounds. Some of my videos were filmed here. If you're a hammock camper, you're perfect. Also, if you want a little bit more solitude, there are about 10 more up on top of this. This is Heaton Flats Trail right there. I've got a video on that too. Can't say I've conquered the canyon. I can't say I've completed it. It let me through. It let me pass. Used to be a booming canyon in the 1800s. All kinds of claims, mines, gunshots, gun shootings, knife fights, brawls, drunken brawls. It's a lively place back then. Let's see my car. See if my car's there. Oh, there I am.